What's up? I'd like to tell everybody I appreciate you for getting on the call. You could be doing a lot of things right now, so to just be, part of my campaign, I want to tell everybody thank you. I got my road dog with me, Cap One. A lot of people know Cap from Chicago. If you don't know, he's one of the first established artists out of Chicago. He's my dog. He's been with me since, day one, and so he's definitely a part of the imprint. He's a part of the campaign. He's a part of the establishment. And so, to brief you guys on what's going on with me, Ghost 2, based on a true story 2, dropped September 10th. The subtitle is Me Time. People that follow my campaign and who maybe not even be familiar with me, I just feel like for the last year and a half to 2 years, I've been consistent. I've been one of the few artists to mix quality and quantity together. And so Feds was definitely my first single off the project, which is featuring Pharrell, that's doing excellent for me in the streets, strip clubs, as well as radio. And so this next joint, I wanted to drop to kind of, not say go back, but to let people know that I hadn't lost some of the things that I felt like got me right here as far as my mainstream ratchet. And when I say mainstream ratchet, that's a definition of songs that, maybe start in the cracks and crevices or strip clubs of Atlanta and somehow make it to London and UK and things like that to where we perform. And so, next record is produced by Mike Will, who of course did No Lie. Had the great chemistry together. We both from the city, from the A-Town, and so I put Cap on this record because I just felt like not only did I know he was gonna murder this shit, I just felt like it's his time, and he's been very patient with supporting my process. I mean, at the end of the day, I just feel like it's about work hard and have skills. If you combine those two, then you become an awesome individual. So there's been no question to me his skill set. So, with the hard work combined, I just think that I'm just adding components around me to make me stand up on my own so I can one day be my own Maybach music, my own good music, my own, Young Money. And so the record, Where You Been, is a record that we actually did in Paris. And I was, vibing on some stuff with my big bro, and all that. And it's just something that we never lost sight of, man. It's just, I call it one of the no-brainer records for me. I feel like, it's something that I feel like my fans connect with as soon as they hear the joint. Got a lot of 808, of course. Got a few slick lines, a few slick bars, and then, of course, Cat went ham. So, like I said, the new album coming out soon. I wanted to put out something kind of like what I did last go around when I dropped Love and Strippers, just out of nowhere, just to, put some things out to show them the direction of where I was going with the album. So I definitely felt like Feds was definitely first good look. And not that this is just a single or anything like that, but it's something that I want to put out to the streets. I want to let them know this is a part of Me Time. I want to also give Cap a cordial introduction, reintroduction. I'm super excited, man. I got records. I'm currently in the midst of kind of waiting on a few samples and mixing right now, but all in all, I really can't complain with the process. I think I will be exceeding expectations like I did the first go around. People that follow me, I like to try to keep things on the tuck as long as I can. So I'm excited about a few of these records. I'm excited about some of the producers I sat down with. I'm excited about some of the features. They're not cliche features. They're not the ones that you may think I, would do. So just expect Me Time to be something that exceeds expectations again. I was excited about my first project. This one right here, I paid especially detail to it. I was a real Virgo on this project, so those are just some of the things I want to tell you.
Yeah, the crazy thing about it now, you talk about exceeding expectations, and what's a beautiful place for you right now is this is the first time in your career, at least from my perspective, is that you're no longer the underdog. now the expectations are extra high now that you've shown that consistency. You done got nominated for Grammys, 3 platinum singles, a gold plus album. So now people are starting to put your name up there with some of the top echelon MCs, man. Now, how do you feel about that evolution coming from that underdog role to now where all eyes on you, so to speak?
I always like being an underdog. I used to have this concept called the psychology of an underdog, where I used to use an analogy about a boxer who always thought he was better than the person he was going to fight. But he always had no odds. And I used to use that analogy with me with rapping. I'm athletic. I use sports a lot. And I'm my person. So for me, the psyche of an underdog for me was that I enjoyed being an underdog, but internally I felt like I can box with that stuff. So for now, with the new project, I just feel like with all the big the big dogs dropping this year, that I wanted to drop 2 and just try to show a changing of the guard, just try to show that it's a new voice. It's definitely people that's going to be around. It's not going to go. It's not going anywhere. But you got people that's coming. That's not going to be fly by night. It's going to be fixtures in the home. It's going to be household all through mainstream America. It's going to be the next international rap star. And so you're talking to him. I put in a countless amount of hours and energy on trying to be as close as perfect as I can, and you can't be perfect. So just know that I'm not tired. I'm not worn out. I don't need a vacation. I just want to continue making it hard for the next artist if they ain't busting their ass like I'm doing.
Shyheim,
Go ahead.
Real quick. I don't mean to cut you off, but we have a full house on the line, and we have some DJs that want to ask questions. So we're gonna go to a couple DJ questions because the lines are just lighting up like crazy.
I'm sure.
They want to ask a few questions, 2 Chainz, and we go right back into it with you and him. So, operator, who's the first caller?
The first question comes from Kim James with WJLB.
Kim James.
Right here.
Detroit, let's go.
All right. Also GCI Chicago, playboy. All right. My question to 2 Chainz, based on your position in the rap game right now, where do you see yourself, or where do you want to be? And you kind of answered a little bit, but where do you want to be in the next 4.5, 5 years?
4.5, 5 years. Like I said, I still want to be a fixture in the game. These days, you see a lot of artists do kind of like what they do in the league as far as when they get retired, they start commentating or helping out with the team. So for me, if I do decide to take a break, I still want to very much be a part of music, very much be a part of the team, be here. I think, I never said I was the best rapper in the world, but I do think I'm here to inspire individuals, so I still would try to take on that role.
Oh, okay. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank you, brother. Operator, next call.
Next question is from DJ Franzen with KEBC.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hey, first and foremost, I got to shout out the Def Jam staff, man. Shout out the Fat Guy, shout out to Yvette, EP, Brian, the whole crew for always putting on a great conference call. 2 Chainz, what's up, my brother?
What's up, Kim?
How you doing, man? It's Franny out here in Vegas now. I got a couple questions for you. First and foremost, you and Drake, you guys are batting 2 for 2, man. Can we see any more tracks coming from you and Drake? I know you just released that new joint yesterday. And my second question is, will we ever see you and Luda do another collaboration in the near future?
As far as me and Drake stuff, that song, the song has been killing me. I've been wanting to mention the song for a long time. I thought there was some great rapping on that. So the fact that we put it out makes it comfortable for me. But you know me, friend, I like to keep things on the touch. So,
Right.
It's kind of like no-brainers for a lot of people to know that I'm going to automatically work with people like, Wayne, Drake, Gates, whether they're a part of my project or not. We're going to work together because of the camaraderie in the relationship. So that's the answer to that. Just, be on the lookout, keep it locked. But as far as the second question, there's no way I can tell you that question from that end over there. From me, I'm just kind of working and just, I don't force anything. Like, I'm the comfortable person. I like things when they mesh together, comfortable. So So by advocating those in the proper political weight format.
Right. Let them know, man. September 10th, me time, man. Y'all pick that up, man. Support the homie Titty Boy. Shout out to Cat One from Chicago one time, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you, friends, and thank you. So, Shaheem, we're gonna go back into you. Pause, and then let's continue, and we'll come back with some DJs.
No doubt, man. Yo, I want to holler at my bro Cap, man. Cap, you've been rocking for so long, man. How you been, B?
I'm good, man. What's going on with y'all? What's up to everybody on the line, man? Checking in.
Yeah, man. I want you to tell everybody about the integral role that you played with this whole 2 Chainz movement, man. Every single show, we see you on stage, and I also know you do a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff as well.
Yeah, you know, me and Sid, that's like my brother, you know what I'm saying? So my role is just like tipping the joy, you know. I wait patiently for when I get the ball, and when I get the ball, I make the score, you know. So meaning just, you know, I fill in whatever's needed, you know what I'm saying? Whatever to make the picture complete and that he has a handle, then that's why I step in and I complete that. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm an active member of the TRU campaign, the first artist. You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing to be moving and back in the scenes with bros. So we just working hard, trying to just stamp this label in TRU. Let them know we working.
Yeah, man. And for the people who don't know, you know, you started off your career with a lot of great fanfare, a lot of notoriety. You was featured in the Source every single month for a while.
Yeah, that was back in 2000. For those that wasn't aware, I was the first rapper signed to Motown Records. When they did the merge with Kedar Entertainment and they opened up the urban department, we dropped the album Through the Eyes of a Dawn. Had the, you know what I'm saying, Source behind it. We did a Diary of a New Jack, was pretty much like every month we did kind of follow the career from being signed to the actual album came out. So it was, you know, it was good exposure and, you know, taught me a lot like networking skills, so that I still apply to this day. So it was all a blessing.
Yeah, the great thing about your team with you and Chainz moving together is that both of you have the story of perseverance, man. You know, 2000 up to now, not saying that you wasn't doing anything since then, but now you got another great big shot on a even bigger platform than when you first started off. The same thing with Chainz. Like, he started off BTP, and last year he came and just smashed it with his LP on the highest platform you could get.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yo, so
Go ahead. Go ahead, Mozzie.
No, go ahead. I'm good.
Now, I wanted to change, man. I want to talk to you about your evolution. We talked about your evolution and your status, and I want to talk to you about your evolution as an MC, man. I'm having a great time listening to you experimenting with these new flows, with these new cadences, man. Is that something that you're going to bring throughout Bolts, too?
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, for me, man, I use the word prosperity a lot because I believe in progression and stuff like that. I believe it's supposed to be better than the last time. I believe you're supposed to, you know, experiment to a certain point. You know what I mean? Definitely stay in your lane. Do something that's comfortable for you. But, you know, for me, you know, I'm a thrill seeker. I like to take chances. I like to, like I said, exceed those expectations that people have about me. And so when people think that this would be my sophomore album, they don't realize that I put out 8 mixtapes before my first album. So I've been, you know, went through the sophomore, whatever that's supposed to be. So different flows, yeah. I feel like I'm respected a lot through hip hop with the peers. I feel like fans come to me for just what me time is, to take them away from something strenuous, something stressful. So they know that I'll say something that they think it might give them a little kiki, a little tickle or something like that. But on this album, I do try to balance out the more serious side of Deuce with the part that people I know enjoy from me.
Yeah. You know, because I saw in one of the interviews, speaking of that, I saw in one of the interviews you did recently where you were saying that people don't want to hear a conscious song from you. Like, you want to kind of keep it in lane. But, you know, I think people are ready for everything, man. I think, you know, they want to hear what you got to say about Trayvon, and, you know, they want to hear what you got to say about this guy from the Philadelphia Eagles saying the N-word. I think everybody's open.
Yeah, and I do it tastefully, Shy. You know what I'm saying? The main thing about me is when I use a platform, I want to use it. I want to use it like the right way. I just feel like some people could reverse it to try to add more attention to them. So coming from the type of artist that I am, that talk about, I'm conscious enough to know that I talk about materialistic things a lot and all of that. So, just that change has to be gradual. You know what I'm saying? I'm smarter than a lot of people actually know, and so that's cool too. But for me, I just realized that doing it so fast could potentially drop off, and I'm one of the few artists that has a combination of the streets mixed with mainstream America. So those things I do actually touch on them, but I touch on them in a tasteful way. I don't do whole songs or nothing directed to it because, like I say, people are used to hearing certain type of records from me. And most records that they hear from me make them feel euphoric, make them feel like either dancing, turning up, smiling, driving fast, working out. These are some of the things that people listen to my music. You know what I mean? Although I have those records that have strings, violins, have samples that talk about my late father, that talk about my homie that passed recently. They talk about real things that affect me in my life, and my everyday living and lifestyle. Those things are included into this project as well.
What was the toughest song for you to record off this album, or a record where you was just like, man, it's just too much emotions. I don't know if I want to reveal this yet.
The song I got, I used to call it "It Will." I think I'm gonna call it "Live and Learn." And it just has a couple lines in there that just talk about my best friend, which is my pops. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like elaborate the whole song, but just a couple of lines are just so real, and you know what I mean. It was just so recent. Throughout, I just don't even like really listening to it like that. Like I played the record for a couple people that had to hear it. It's one of those things when you talk doing a couple lines that you don't want to hear. You just like, hey, so what you think? So that type of thing. But there's a couple records on there that kind of mess with your boy. But like I say, for the most part, I've balanced it, and I have that foundation, that 2 Chainz foundation that I'll probably keep it on the road for another 2 or 3 more years because definitely have songs that people either want to say or be a part of or see me perform. So I balanced it out, but I did add more reality, more substance this time.
Yeah. Shaheen, we're gonna go back to the callers, to DJs.
Let's do it.
But before we do that, everybody, make sure you check your inbox after the call. 2 Chainz' new single, Where You Been, featuring Cat One, will be in your inbox, will be emailed to you. Please be on the lookout for that. And don't forget the album, Boats, Me Time, is dropping September 10th. And you can also check out this call on DefJam.com. Operator, who's the next caller?
We have Peter Parker with WPGC.
Peter Parker.
Chainz, what up, man?
Yo.
What up, son?
What up, Killer?
Chilling, man. We're real excited about this new project, man. I mean, we've been talking about the evolution of what you're doing and, how this is, before you had a lot of, no pressure. Now there's pressure. Like, are you trying to top yourself on this one, or you think it's more like, let me just maintain this fan base that I already have?
No, hell no. I want to get more. I want this to sell more than the last one. I feel like I can do well. I definitely want, what happens is people say, it don't matter what you sell the first week, and then they come back and say numbers don't lie, and then they come back and say, you got to think it's a new day, it's a new market. People do, so there's so many things that we deal with as far as artists, as far as hearing it. But for me, I can't lie. When I think I did maybe 150 the first week last time. Right. I don't know. I just, people was like, that's good. Like I talked to Nick, she was like, that's good. Like everybody's like, you tripping. You know what I'm saying? I just wasn't tripping. I just want people to know that I had high expectations for myself. So that's cool, man. I'm just trying to top that. And it's not that I'm not, that I'm not conscious of where hip hop is nowadays and me being a new artist and having number one album. I'm just competitive, and I expect more and I want more. So no, this is not nothing to be like to be continued. ... maintain. No,
right.
Take a fan from you to add them to my fan base, to make it a bigger, bigger picture this go around. So no, I'm not just cool and kicking it. I'm cool and kicking it because these features, I know once this shit come out, they're gonna play the whole motherfucker in the club or some shit like this. But other than that, I'm not sitting around here, you know what I'm saying, like just trying to maintain a budget or stay on the road. I'm trying to headline next year, everything.
Right,
Me.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
That's what it is,
you know, in a tasteful way, you know what I mean? It's a thin line between confidence and cockiness. So I'm just trying to tightrope it. And I'm bound.
That's what it is, man. Congratulations. We're all looking forward to it, man. When you come by DC, I think you're going to be in DC on Friday. So
Yeah, tomorrow.
I'm in LA now, but I'm coming back tomorrow, so I'm going to come see you at the show.
Later.
Word up.
Appreciate it.
That's what it is. Yo, James, what'd you just say? There's a thin line between what? Comfort and cockiness?
Confidence and cockiness, man. I already don't do it, man. They could be taking my shit forever, son.
Yo, that's a quote to live by, man. All right, operator, next caller.
That's from DJ E-Double from WJMN.
Hey, dog.
What's going on, Chains? What's good? It's glad to see you back, man.
Yeah, we back, baby. What's happening?
Same old, same old. You're arguably, the most sought-out feature in the game right now. And I just seen how Ye told you to keep Jay off based on a true story, too. And I know you like to keep things under the tuck and, don't reveal it until it come out. But did you get every feature that you wanted on this album?
Yeah, because I didn't do the thing. Man. I see why some people don't do interviews because they just be kind of like, the thing with that was that, first of all, people need to know I'm a huge Jay fan and shit, all that anyway, you know what I'm saying? The thing is that when you have a title like Me Time and try to keep it conceptual, you don't want it to look like a compilation with a bunch of features and stuff like that. And of course, for me, some of the things that I talked about was that I have a lot of features. Of course, I have a lot of swaps, so I have a great opportunity to, do use features. But this won't be my last album. So honestly, in my mind, I think it's certain stages that you take before you fuck with a nigga like Hov or fuck with a nigga like, Andre 3000, who I'm a fan of and who I mentioned. Now, a lot of people say, nigga, you tripping. You on that level already. It's just me not really realizing where I am and how I am some days. So, boom. But, I met and talked to him. And if it happened and it's dope, it would go. But for now, I just felt like, third album is when you do your whole thing. That's when you throw your that's when you have your little things that you can name drop. And these things sell albums. But for me, I don't name drop. I just tell you that I'm confident in the shit that I put together. I tell the label, trust me, I got a single that people gonna react to, and people be like, oh shit, nigga, you know what I mean? And so that's why I am with it. Me Time. If the title was something else, I'd probably have 2 or 3 more features. But by it being Me Time, I kind of scaled down on features. That just gave people more of me, and hopefully they accept it like that.
Right. Remember, everybody, new single Where You Been featuring Cap One coming in your inbox right after the call. Album dropping September 10th. Boats. Me Time.
And so it should be on DJ Service Packs when we get off as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yep. DJServicePack.com. We shouted them out earlier for sure. Operator, next call.
We'll hear from DJ Impact, Sirius XM.
Ted, what's happening?
What up, yo?
Hey, so check this out, Ted. A lot of artists, I tend to I'll ask them this question, and sometimes, I know how for an artist, sometimes like your latest is sometimes your greatest, but how do you personally, what do you feel as though was your best verse or best performance on the record, whether it was a solo record, whether it was, with the group, whether it was with, whether it was a feature, like what do you feel is your best performance ever? Like if you were to die tomorrow, like what would you want to go down in history as like your best, vocal performance?
I mean, shit, that's a good one, dog. But I think for everybody else that didn't know me or whatever, I think Mercy was a good look because it was on a track that had people who were just not only lyricists and stuff like that, but the brand and me just being new and last and kind of holding my own. So I know for a fact that helped my campaign move further, what's in that verse. So I think it's my best verse. No, I don't, but I do think that, during that time, I definitely got more friends, newer friends doing that.
Right.
and some of my solo joints, I think we kind of, be having a few little bars on, so, I mean, I don't know, that's a good question. No one has ever asked me that, but just publicly, I just feel like Mercy was a good move for me because, of course, it was the Big Homie Ye. It was the first single. I remember, being nervous, not because I did a bunch of records for him, and not knowing which record that this was, because, of course, it didn't sound like how it sounded y'all here. It just sounded like when we first started working on stuff. So, that was something that came out, really helped me. Catapult.
All right. Thank you, brother. Impact. People, don't forget, I'm telling you, where you been, it's going to be in your inbox. Check for it. Or also go to djservicepack.com featuring Cap One. Shaheem.
I'm still here, man. I'm still rocking. I'm loving the questions by the DJs, man.
Yeah, DJ.
Salute to all of y'all guys, man.
Yeah, they doing their 1-2 on the questions. But yo, yeah, man, just let's take it there. Let's get the closing statements and let's make it happen. See what's going on.
All right, man. Well, Ted, I want to ask you, brother, during the past year and change, or really the past couple of years, man, since your explosion on the mixtapes and, you releasing the album, we've got to see your life pretty much play out a lot in the public, man. Of course, there's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff we don't see, but, we got to see you travel, we got to see you perform, we got to see you make music. I want to know, man, from everything that's been going on, from the Grammys to the presidential inauguration to releasing the album to, even the quote-unquote incident out in the Bay Area, what's been your favorite, the moment that you savored the most, and what's been the moment that you learned from the most?
I think ASCAP right out of the year was kind of cool. The country nigga from Old Nack to College Park. Trap nigga. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, trap nigga. It really came from that little bit right there to actually get ASCAP right out of the year. Sort of like a big deal for me. And, like I talked about, I had this blog, 24 Hours to Live. A lot of things happened to me. But it happens so fast, and something comes up so fast that I don't get a chance to really savor it. I don't really get a chance to, really enjoy a lot of things. So for me, that kind of stands out. Did I enjoy it? Yeah and nay. But that's, out of all the plaques, 3 platinum singles, the album went gold. Some of those things I just felt like, it was going to happen. With No Lie, I had Drake on it. I think this was a genius, so I thought that was going to do well. With Birthday Song, it had Kanye on it. I think he's a genius. But when I'm different, went platinum on his own, which is Mustard doing the beat, and me doing the vocals, it just went platinum on his own. Actually sold more than all 3 of those. That's when I felt like I'm here. My idea worked. It was just me only. It was just me the whole song, and so I never got beside myself with No Lie or Duffel Bag Wood and all these records that had all these superstars and things like that. But over the last year, a song like I'm Different, but it's just me, my idea that worked for the man. Definitely got me feeling some type of way.
Definitely, brother. We had a really funny moment, short but brief moment, but funny nonetheless. A couple of weeks ago in Jones Beach, we walking through the most decrepit, nastiest tunnel in the world. He James is going to the dressing room, and I'm going outside, and we just sort of meet each other like we was doing some super secret drug deal or something in the deepest, darkest part of Jones Beach, man. But how's that tour going, man? America's Most Wanted, you and a couple of your great friends. The thing that I like is that the audience, they get there early so they can see you. What's that level of competition like on that tour?
Yeah, you got to get there early, man. I do open up for the tour, open up for T.I. and Wayne, you know what I mean? I come on, but, I don't think it's a normal opening. I kind of set the precedent, set the tone. All right, then y'all better bring your ass tonight, baby. Bring your A game. So I come out, and then, T.I. comes out. He's from the A. He's, of course, the hand, he kind of like, you know, kicked down the door first for the trap perspective. So much respect on that end. And then we had, you know, Wayne come out, who, if it wouldn't be for him, I said every interview, I wouldn't even be on this phone. I'd be here, period. Like, he showed me so many things, did so many things, direct and indirect, which gave me, you know, sure confidence just to get into this thing. So it's dope. I get to come back out with Wayne and do a whole nother set. Like I said, I got an album coming out. You know, it puts me in markets that don't really kiss the fans, see the fans, touch them, do radio. Just stay busy, you know, while I'm working on my project. So I can't complain. I enjoy performing. That's one of my biggest attributes to the game. I enjoy entertaining the crowd. So I'm sure everybody that comes to the tour, they get their money worth.
That's dope, man. This Boats album coming out September 10th. Are you a little bit more conscientious of your lyrics now, man? Because we've been seeing in the past few months more MCs apologizing for lines than I think I've ever seen in my life, from Wayne to my brother Ross to, you know, most recently J. Cole, and, you know, even Drake apologized for what J. Cole said on his song, man. So is that making you more conscientious of what you're talking about?
I mean, yes and no. I mean, you say things without, of course, thinking about them, and then after you listen to them, you have to be like, I wonder how people would take this. It was very much a part of the process now, because we're in a sensitive part. I think everybody's walking on glass right now. I don't know what's the American First Amendment. So, but me, I try to express myself the best way I can. And for rappers, everything has been done. There's nothing new under the sun. So we just try to find innovative ways to express metaphors and similes. And I don't think any of us would really mean that much disrespect. Especially like a lot of these people were doing it on remixes and songs that weren't there, just to lose, you know, millions over, you know, essentially a freestyle. You know, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, the music is more scrutinized than ever before. It's bigger than ever, more rappers than ever, so it's more ears and more eyes on it than ever before.
Shaheem.
Yes, sir.
We got to wrap this up.
We wrapping up.
Reaching our time, man. But, you know, thank you so much for doing this call for us, man. Chainz and Cap, thank you for answering the questions. Thank you for being there and being on point and being on time. And thank you to all the DJs, man. Shaheem, if you got any closing, you know, comments, Chainz, you got any closing comments, let's get it.
I just want to say thank you to all the DJs, man, and thank you for all the bloggers for supporting that authentic hip-hop like what 2 Chainz is putting out.
Right. And I want to tell everybody thank you as well. Me time is on the way. I repeat, I will be dropping another joint before the album after this one too. I am not done. This is the setup. Yes, knock your heads off. Say the love. I'm turned up. Just know I'm blessed. Even if can't start this shit, I got Cal with me. Chicago behind this shit. I mean, you know, like, we just gonna outwork niggas, so we don't ask for favors. We're going to take that little respect. So that's where we at with it. Or we going to earn it. That's where we at with it. I want to tell everybody, appreciate it. We very easy to get in contact with. We very transparent as far as just what we say is what we believe in. And I don't know if that's good or bad for us, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of, like, trickery in the game. But for us, we just came in. Some of the few people that just try to, like, you know, keep our head up and just keep it 100 with everybody. That's, you know, from DJ to CEO, because you just never know, especially today, who could be a CEO tomorrow. So I just want to tell everybody I appreciate y'all. The album going to be something to ride to, something to play. I promise I won't disappoint you. I won't want to be one of them. I just listened to it one time. I have memorable joints on there. So y'all keep y'all fingers crossed with some of these crazy-ass samples I done started using since I'm fucking with Ye crazy ass. And hopefully this shit clear, and we're going to go crazy, man. So thank you, man. Cap, you want to say anything, Cap?
Yeah, definitely. Like Big Bruh said, we're definitely easy to get at. I got a new project, Caviar Trains, that's going to be coming out close to the end of the summer. And just keep looking for that energy and, you know, step in the game. We working.
And Chainz, I just got word that the DJs already started playing it. So as we speak, they're playing it.
Yeah, let me look at my timeline.
Chainz and Cap, please just, and Shaheem, just give out y'all Instagrams real quick.
No doubt. My Instagram is at Shaheem Reed. At SHAH2EZM REID at Shaheem Reed.
Yeah, this Cat One. My Instagram is Caviar Dreams. That's CAIAR Dreams, DREAMZ with an underscore. Caviar Dreams.
Right.
And I'm 2 Chainz. My Instagram is how we a killer spelled all the right way. So
Right.
follow me.
Gentlemen, thank you so much. Again, shout out to DJServicePack.com. You can check the single out there. Single is out there in the universe right now. Where You Been, featuring Cat One. Album Boats Me Time is dropping September 10th, and 2 Chainz on tour right now. America's Most Wanted. And just want to say thank you to everybody. DefJam.com, Street Execs, Shaheem Reed, 2 Chainz, Cap. Then staff over here, Ike, EP, Yvette, Brian, and Tim. Yo, on the outro, let's play that single going out. Maestro!